Says, "Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I guess we should put in an order." And then you hear the phone ruffling a little bit, and then the phone answers, "Hi, this is Rookie Nevi, and I would like to personally put in an order for an ice cream cone at the Castilia cone, I think."
Yes, go on.
She says, "Is Cassie over there?"
Cassie has left, unfortunately. She is getting as bad as Chase with running off.
Oh. She says, "She does that, I guess. Where did she run off to?"
I don't know. I was fixing my hair, and by the time I was done, she was gone.
She didn't tell you where she was going?
Yeah, she didn't say. She said she was gonna just go out and she'll be back later.
Yeah, that's Cassie, all right. Look, if you can find some cookies and cream, that would be amazing.
They all want Chase flavors.
I beg your pardon?
No, that was out of character.
Okay.
Sorry. Never mind.
Well, if we're all putting in orders, we should ask Kyle what he likes. If we're going to pick up some, we might pick up some for everyone.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys posted. We
All right.
think we're very close.
Okay, I have my phone with me. I'm about half a battery, so I should be good. I'm not going to use it much.
What's the city like, by the way? I've heard really good things.
Oh,
I've always wanted
gorgeous.
to visit.
Oh, then again, that's mostly remembering a family vacation a few years ago.
I know my mom's been over there a few times on some business trips, but I've never gone with.
Oh. I don't remember. It's gorgeous. Also depends on what you're looking for.
Well, have fun. We'll be here.
All right. Hangs up.
Hang up.
I'd prefer to just stay here. I think I'm gonna make a phone call and then just try to get some rest.
All right.
Well,
More?
I can handle the ice cream situation. I'll just buy an ice box and keep the ice cream in the mini fridge until we fly over.
Okay, so the two of you, Noir and Tiffany, will leave the hotel, and there's still people all over the place. You see a few people. It looks like they're dressed in costume. Apparently, there's some sort of club down the street that's having some sort of themed day or themed night. And more other people. You see all these girls who are probably like freshmen in college, but they're dressing a lot older. They got a lot of makeup and,
Amateurs.
definitely low cut, things like that. And they're trying to look more mature women. You figure they probably are from the university. They act probably some of the sorority girls or something. And yeah, I mean, there's peddlers, there's some food trucks around, although their business is not nearly as good as Castilia Cone. There's some street performers. There's like this one street performer that actually, I think in the game there's actually a flame juggler or something in the game. So he's got these clubs that he lit up in flame and he's juggling them. And then there's an Alolan Cubone, because he actually does have flames on his bones, that's actually also spinning around. And there are a few people leaving them tips as the crowd is watching them doing their tricks. So it's a pretty lively place, even just outside of the hotel. I'm gonna say also that by this point, Chase will be arriving as you guys are getting in line at the Castilia Cone. Maybe you're in line for about 7.5 minutes, so it's about 7.5 minutes till you get to the counter by the time that Chase gets there.
You're alive! Welcome back. We're getting ice cream. What do you want?
I don't know, anything breathing.
I'm pretty sure ice cream doesn't breathe.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's ice cream that breathes.
Well,
It
I mean, there's
tastes like-
Pokemon that look like ice cream, if we're counting that.
Yeah.
You saying you
Why?
want a Pokemon? I don't know if Luxalip
I'm hungry.
competition.
Ice cream never gets rid of my hunger. It's gotta have some substance.
Okay.
This ice cream is world famous.
Yes,
You-
obviously. Come on,
Gotta try it, apparently.
try
It's
it,
worth
and then we'll go to a normal dinner after.
Fair enough.
I'm putting you down for vanilla at this stage. unless you want to change.
No, that sounds safe.
You'll finally get to the counter, and you'll see that there is a gentleman, again, probably freshman year in college. He's a little bit pimply face. His voice is cracking a bit, and he smiles at you, and with his voice still cracking, and says, "Hi, welcome to Castilia Cone. What can I do for you?" And there's a vanillite behind him, who seems, again, is the mascot, and the vanillite is going around the shop, a lot of, kind of smiling at the kids, entertaining the kids, blowing onto some of the ice cream, and you can see that the kids are holding out their cones to the vanillite, and the vanillite like blows into the ice cream, and the ice cream starts to form crystals, like these little crystals, candy crystals, because you'll notice that the vanillite actually goes to this. There's like a mound of turbinado sugar that the vanillite munches on, chews in his mouth, and then he blows, and then the sugar frost comes out, and it actually crystallizes almost like sprinkles, like sugar sprinkles on the cones, and the kids love it. Apparently it makes the ice cream taste even better, knowing that you have vanillite spit all over it. So but vanillite spit is tasty, apparently, especially when it's mixed with sugar. So the guy at the front asks for your order. What can I get you?
In order to placing the order, I'm gonna call Kyle real quick.
Okay.
Kyle's.
See what flavor he likes.
Yeah, exactly.
Could we get a Rocky Road?
Sure, he says. When he lays eyes on Noir, he actually blushes a little bit. Sure. He tries really hard to hide the fact that he's blushing, but he's doing a horrible job. Well, I haven't gotten your order yet, ma'am.
Uh-huh. That's the order you want.
Could we also get a cookies and cream? We're getting a few for our friends. A cranberry.
Yes. Well, the cookies and cream. Yes. Do you want that the regular or the light version?
Go regular.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Extra.
And what else?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Would you like Talosion? Do you like old fashioned or do you want salted vanilla?
Ooh, salted vanilla, because that sounds fun. What's his reaction when he eats it?
A lot of the Pokemon really enjoy it too. The salty
You
ones.
would love that. I miss you.
All right.
You must be an expert.
Okay, she gotten Kyle and phone.
Oh, I can put in a little bit of extra sea salt on there if you'd like, ma'am.
Ooh, nice. How many flavors do you have? Because I have a friend who few friends who didn't specify.
He says, well, we normally boast about 34 flavors, but a couple of our flavors have sold out already.
Okay.
But we'll have more in the morning. Right now, I think we're down to 32.
Okay. Well, I can't think of what to get the rest of them, so I'll just get one of each of the rest of them. Because why not? If it's too much, and just throw it to other people.
Can I get a number? I mean, a name for that order, ma'am?
No, that's so quiet. He smiles.
That's a pretty name, he says.
It is.
Thank you. That's wonderful of you to say.
Do you go to school at the university too? I don't think I've seen you around.
I'm a tourist, actually, only for a few days.
Oh, sorry. He said, my mistake. I thought you were a college student.
Make me blush.
Oh, shucks, he says. But let me get your ice cream for you.
Do I get a discount?
Roll a charm.
Yes, you are.
Add
Or
plus
if be a guile, because I'm probably
Sure.
not honestly flirting with him.
Roll and add +2 because this guy is definitely putty in your hands
21.
currently. 0.1?
21.
21? Alright. Yeah, he'll give you like 30% off at least with that, at least.
Yeah, my ice cream guy. Yeah, I'm gonna bleed you dry, dude. This is for your benefit. Well, mainly my benefit because I'm spending way too much on this trip already. But hey, at least next time when someone flirts with you for discounts, you know what to do. You say no. Like, stick to your guns. Unless you're gonna get something out of it for certain, don't risk it. This is a life lesson, kid. Besides, I'm not dragging you along for a ride. It's a one-time, bam, done, Band-Aid, rip it off. You learn a lesson.
And before the order is finished placing, do I get Kyle on phone yet, or?
Yeah, you will. You will.
Hey, we're getting ice cream. What flavor?
He'll respond, ice cream? You guys went to get ice cream without me?
We're bringing it back, obviously.
Personally, I'm a big fan of whatever, shit. I think it actually is a cherry. I think the berry form is actually called cherry, I think.
Yeah, CHERI, I think.
CHERI. Personally, I'm a big fan of Cherry Garcia.
All right. Can I try Garcia onto the order? Loops arm around Noir, leans forward.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. I have to make sure I come by again.
Oh, please. That would be great. I'm going to be working again tomorrow evening after school.
Maybe I'll see you around.
Yeah, that would be great.
Do you have an icebox or anything I could put this in? Just to make things easier.
Oh, we might have some extra coolers in the back. Technically, I don't think we're supposed to give that to the customers, though.
Oh well, I guess I'll just have to go somewhere else.
Maybe I could swing something. Hold on a moment, he says.
Okay.
And he'll come back with like a styrofoam, like the styrofoam cooler things. And he'll give it to you, and he'll just I'll just pay for it off of my paycheck. It'll be fine.
Oh, no. Just let me pay half.
Oh, okay. Well. All right. Well, thank you. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow after class. I'm getting an engineering degree, by the way.
Interesting. Love to hear about it. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Bye. At this point, like, the people behind you are like getting really restless. They're like, "Come on, like move along, move it. Grab your box and go."
Yeah, Chase is just looking at this whole thing with his arms crossed and shaking his head the entire time.
Oh, Chase came in with us.
Oh, he's at the back. He didn't go up the line, but he's just looking at this going.
Salted vanilla. Chase.
And people are looking at me like I'm the crazy one. I mean, who gets a vanillite mascot to walk around a shop to spit in people's food? It's outrageous. Ludicrous, really.
Salted vanilla?
Don't knock it until you try it.
So he looks at the cone, he's like, simple and unassuming on the outside. Seems to be like it hides secrets once you break through its surface, kind of like you, huh? Also salty like your personality.
Okay, Chase, be nice.
How philosophical.
Chase, you start licking your ice cream, and it's like the perfect mix between sweet and salty. It's extra creamy. Like, this ice cream is definitely the best you've ever had in your life. And not only would it cure all of the status ailments, if you had any status ailments, of which you don't currently, but in addition to that, I will say that for the rest of the in-game day, 24 hours, you will get a +1 bonus, morale bonus to all of your rolls. +1.
Your team.
Vanillite. The vanillite like flies around, as if asking if you'd like a little bit of extra.
Pushes Chase in front of it. Yes, he does.
Vanillite.
Takes
No.
out cell phone, takes selfie with them together.
I don't want your spit on my ice cream.
Chase, come on. It's a once in a lifetime treat. Plus, you're making him sad.
The vanillite looks really upset, and then he starts to float away.
Meanie.
You can get him to spit on your ice cream.
Well, mine's cranberry. It's supposed to be tart, not sweet.
After the ice cream shop, everyone sort of just split up and did their own thing, and I stuck around. I stuck around because I heard the laughter coming out from within this ice cream shop, and when I looked back in through the windows, I could see this group of children and their parents. It was probably some family event, and they all just stood around the vanillite and asked for it to spit on their ice cream. And at that, I saw the smiles on their faces just beaming, and their laughter, it became just heartwarming. And so I walked back into the ice cream shop, and I waited for the vanillite to be free. And I kneeled down, and I called him over. And I apologized. I was rude. It took me a while. It took me a while to understand why someone would want a Pokemon to spit on their food. But the vanilla just said to me, it's to make you happy. And I mean, I asked him to spit on my ice cream. It was so good. It was so good.
Cassie, let's get back to you. So, Cassie, where did you go?
Well, first she would have to go around and find a place where they'd be renting out the dowsing rod.
Yeah, there would be a place. I would say that there might even be a stand, like, just outside of the desert. Like, on the edge of the desert, I would say.
Okay. This time, though, at night, I did originally plan the desert. This time, though, because I forgot, she would be going to the beachfront instead.
Oh, instead of the desert, the beachfront? Sure. That's fine.
I figure still sand, and it's probably safer there than in the desert at night.
Yes.
So
you probably would find more in the desert. But you can do the beachfront if you'd like.
Oh, the game just says if it's a sandy place.
That's fine. I would have given you a bonus if you went to the desert.
Well, good news. That's the hope for tomorrow morning, so we'll see.
All right. So you're going to go to the beachfront, and right now there's a few people that are that actually have. There's a few sand sculptures on the beaches right now, and there's a bunch. You see some people going on dates, by the water, and then you run into this really awesome looking sandcastle. But then when you tilt your head a little bit, you realize that it's not a sandcastle; it's a Pokemon in the shape of a sandcastle. That right now seems to be conversing with another sandcastle-looking Pokemon. You don't know what they're saying necessarily. And what was how many shards did you say that you acquired, and what types of shards did you find?
I ended up with 21 that first time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in my inventory, I already got it. I was gonna say I already jotted down which tomorrow's two, but I found 21 both days. It was quite the coincidence. So I just don't know which types exactly for each.
That's fine. Okay, so you find a few. You might find more tomorrow. While you are in the middle of dowsing around, I guess you'll be off on a corner where there's less people, because that's probably where you're going to find most of the shards, is where less people traverse.
Right, yeah.
And there is a gentleman who ends up sort of calling out from behind you. You didn't notice him necessarily coming up from behind you. Yeah, you got the headphones. And But you do hear him finally call out to you and say, "Pretty girl like yourself, down here on the dark side of the beach, it's not safe."
Okay, so yeah, hearing that, she'll perk up and lift one ear and turn back to him and just, offer a smile and say, "Good evening, sir."
You'll offer up a smile to the gentleman, and the individual that you see, a little intimidating. That's who you see.
Oh yeah, a little intimidating.
Yes.
No big deal. I've handled worse.
He's got a couple scars on his face. His eye seems to be artificial, and right next to this gentleman is a large Pokemon. Very
Fair
large.
enough. Cool.
He says,
"Just the man I wanted to see."
The gentleman, again, he doesn't move towards you or anything. He just stands in place. He's just with the Pangoro, and he says, "It's not very smart for you to be in a location where nobody else can really see you."
Well, she kind of tilts a little bit and sees if there's anyone past him. I'm assuming no.
No.
So it is kind of just the three of them secluded.
The three of them secluded in this off beaten path area of the beach.
All right. So she'll shrug a little and say, "Yeah, I've been in worse situations before. Besides, it's a nice city."
It's an awful lot of shards you got there. Not many people your age are looking for shards this late at night. Makes me wonder what kind of things you're working on.
She'll smile a little bit and say, "Oh, well, I'm checking out the university here, and I heard that both the beach and the desert up north have really good spots. It's actually pretty easy once you know what to look for."
You're right. The desert definitely is a good place for dowsing, if you know the right
You do any
places to
dowsing
look.
yourself?
I have. Desert's a very good spot, especially relatively close to the desert resort.
Well, I mean, I don't want to encroach upon your territory.
There's an awkward silence between the two of you after you say that.
Yes, there is.
And I guess if none of you are going to say anything, the gentleman will say, "All right. Just thought I would give you a fair warning. We wouldn't want anything bad to happen to a cute person like yourself."
No, that's appreciated. Sorry, I don't think I caught your name.
Just call me Sylv.
So, nice to meet you.
And you are?
Katie.
Katie. Nice to meet you, Katie. Good luck in making your way into the university. I hear it's very prestigious.
Oh, no, for sure. Thank you. Have a good night, then.
Good night, he says. And he'll turn around and leave with the Pangoro lingering a little bit. But then he'll follow Sylv into the distance.
Holy that could have been bad. That could have been so bad, sweet Arceus. I did not even think about it. I don't go out that often at night, right? Let alone on my own. I at least have Fern with me most of the time. And when I did go out on my own late at night, I wore a Team Rocket uniform. Nobody messes with you when you're wearing that. Well, yeah, pretty much as soon as he's gone, she'll wait a minute so she doesn't just run right back into him or whatever, but then she's gonna go.
When you finish up, your phone rings.
All right. As the phone rings, she jumps a little, but then lets out an exhaled sigh and takes out her phone to see what's what.
It's Nevi.
Well, she will answer it.
Hey, Cassie.
Oh, hey, Nev. What's up?
I just got off the phone with your friends. They said you've run off like you always do without telling them where you're going in a strange city that you've never been before. What is wrong with you, girl?
More than you know. But, like you said, That's me. I can handle myself.
She says, I'm not saying that you can't take care of yourself. I'm just saying Castelia City, it's the biggest city, it's the biggest city in the world, and well, some shady stuff can go on in there. Believe me, I would know.
Oh, come on,
I'm sort of a cop in training.
I just went to the beach, you know, it's full of people. Just having a good time, watching the waves, you know.
You know, you really should tell people where you're running off to before you run off there by yourself.
Nobody asked.
You hear her sigh a little bit. I'm just worried about you, okay?
Right, and I get that, but it's cool, alright? No worries. No big deal. I got lucky is the thing. I don't know what else there is to say about that. I got really lucky.
Well, it's getting late, so I'm hoping you're not going to be out there by yourself for too much longer.
No. I'm planning on grabbing a cone for a friend and heading in for the night.
Yeah. You make sure that you bring back those cones somehow.
Oh, you want one too?
That's really important. I already put an order to your friends, and hopefully they're gonna make good on that. So yeah.
No, I'll make sure they do. Don't you worry.
Well, yeah. I'm basically trusting you on this, Cassie, because I mean our friendship depends on this. I'm just telling you, you know.
Come on, Nevi. Have I ever let you down? It's all right to lie.
Normally not. Yeah, I would say normally not. Your track record's okay with that. Relatively okay.
That's right. I maintain my good stance when I can. So, I'll make sure that you get your ice cream, and I'll see you soon. By the way, how are the Pokemon doing?
Well, we haven't heard from them in about a little under an hour, but the last we heard that they found the signal getting louder and louder, and I feel like they're really close.
Well, that's good, but is it a problem you haven't heard from them? Have they been checking in pretty regularly?
Oh, they've been checking in, asking these random questions every once in a while, so they definitely know how to use the communication device.
Right, well, if anything happens, please let me know, okay?
Oh, yeah, of course, she says. She seemed a little bit distracted. She said, it's really cool, though. The more I interact with them, the more I feel like I'm picking up on their language. It's really fascinating.
You really should teach me some of that sometime.
She says, oh, I don't know, Cassie. I think that, you know, some people need to have a certain level of intelligence in order for them to be able to take up language.
What? You don't
like
think I can take it?
She says, I mean, I think you can take it, Cassie. It's just I don't think you can dish it out when it really is necessary or most needed.
Well, you know what, girl? It's on. When I get back, I'm gonna be doing my own research.
All right. Fair enough.
Anyway, I'll talk to you later, okay? It's getting kind of chilly out here.
All right. I'll talk to you later. She'll hang up.
Cool. Then yeah, she'll be heading to the Castelia line. Oh, and actually, if there's nothing gonna be interrupting her on the way there, okay. Upon reaching the line, she'll just, you know, after waiting for a couple of minutes, you know, she'll realize she didn't actually ask, so she'll sigh a bit, pull out her phone, and text Molly. Just say, "Hey Moon, what flavor did you want?"
Aw, Moon.
Does Moon respond?
Moon will say, will spell out. She'll spell out Cass.
Cass.
Well, Cass. How about and she tries spelling chocolate several times and then gives up and then says vanilla but with one L. No, wait. Vanilla already has. Let's say
Vanilla's
2 ends.
Vanilla is normally 2. Yes. 2 ends.
So
2 ends
two
and 1
N's
L.
and 1 L.
Vanilla. Okay. She wants vanilla.
So she'll text back, all right, vanilla it is, semicolon, capital D.
What's going on with Tiff Tiff and friends? By the time you reach Molly's door, that she had just finished getting off texting with Cass. Go ahead.
It's a really long line.
Yeah.
It was a really long line. And Noir took forever talking to that one kid.
I know, but
kid.
I applaud her ability to flirt, so Tiffany approves. She already trusted you the most.
So Tiffany, should we drop So Tiffany, should we drop the ice cream off to Kyle, Lieutenant first, or should we ask if Molly wants one?
Molly's gonna call through the door and say, "Go to Kyle first."
Okay. Would you like to do the honors?
Oh yes. After last time, Knox.
This time the door will open sooner than it did before, and the door opens and Kyle is now fully dressed, but he's in civilian clothing, which you probably have never seen him in before. And when he opens,
sense. She would care about this. T-shirt, jeans,
honestly,
sweater.
And it could be better. You could probably help him out with that. Maybe.
I can trust him. Okay.
You can fix him.
It's not Chase levels of work, so
no.
But first, you must undress him.
Exactly. I'm working toward this.
I need to make sure I got your measurements just right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see Kyle, like, maybe he's exploring the metro side of him, but it's, he could definitely improve on that, aspect. So,
do you have the ice cream?
Float it over.
Fantastic, he says, as he takes the cone. And then he takes a few licks of the ice cream. That is definitely worth the trip here.
Well, one good thing came out this trip.
Yeah. What time are we doing dinner, or are we going to be eating separately?
Kyle was saying, I'm pretty open. I hear there's some really nice restaurants around. I like sushi. Is there a sushi place nearby?
Gets the food app out on the phone.
Thank you, Noir. You are awesome. I am trying to say battery.
There is a really nice sushi place by the wharf area. You might have to make reservations, though, because it's probably going to be packed, if that's where you want to go.
Oh, is it like a quiet place that's like cool with locals?
Yeah, I will say so. Yeah, there probably is sort of like a Chinatown Asian sect in this city, I'm sure, that you can find more of a hole in the wall kind of place. The sushi is probably just as good as the one in the wharf. And I think that might be a good place to go. Okay.
Shows the place and goes, if we can get the others to come, that'd be good. If they don't want to come. Unless you two want to go on your own.
No. The whole group should go. This would be fun.
Why would we go on our own?
Oh, I don't know. You might be overwhelmed with all the people and stuff.
We'll see. Chase, do you even like sushi?
If it breathes before, then I like it.
Okay.
I do need a shower first, though. And he's been staring at the shower the whole time. He's like, oh my God, a warm shower, man. A hot shower. I really want that hot shower. I never get a hot shower.
Be my guest, he says.
He passes by. He's already undressing and stuff. And
Blushes, looks away like, nope, don't want to see that. I'm just going to take the ice cream Jake's box out of Dwarf's hand. I'm going to go get Molly. Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't even flinch. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He wants that shower. He's throwing his clothes into the shower at this point as well. Like he's
Okay. Yeah, did not need to see that.
Just gonna go.
I have to say, I mean, with all of the parkour that he does, I mean, he's actually pretty well.
But it's Chase.
I know.
She doesn't think of him that way.
I would actually say that as at least in terms of musculature, I would say that Chase is actually slightly more fit than Kyle is, slightly musculature-wise, mass-wise. Yes.
The names might be a bit of a turn-off. All the serial killer stuff.
Speaking of which, is Carl taking a look like as he's interested? Is like,
oh yeah, that would be appropriate.
I don't think he necessarily would be. I think he's at least if he does, I would think that he's the kind of person who would respectfully not show that outwardly if he was interested. I think he's pretty good about he's polite enough to do that. Yes, if he was. Okay. So you don't know. So Chase is going to take a shower, and like Shay pointed out, this is probably the first real shower or bath that he's taken in forever, other than, the ones he takes in the lakes. So I'm going to say that for Shay specifically, or for Chase specifically, he'll get another +1 bonus for the next 24 hours in game, because it feels so good. Morale, so good. Sometimes it pays to be homeless. Everything gives you a morale bonus.
I will say, I will build on that scene a little bit. So when he closes the door and he's like, the water's running, and it's like pretty much scalding, and he's like sort of in his head, he's still saying like dark ghost, fire, dark, and then he sees the steam, he's like, yeah, fire's good, and then he's looking at himself in the mirror, because even that is rare for him. He doesn't really get a chance to look at himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he does look at the names, and they are written backwards for when he's looking at a window, you can see what's going on or whatever, or like small pieces of broken glass, but mirrors. But he sees how much is on his body, and he's sort of getting hit with this overwhelming feeling of how much he's carried. Like he's carried his past as a burden, and he unwraps the soap of the hotel and while looking at the shower, and he thinks this has to come off, and it probably can't, because it's permanent marker. That's the thing. But he's going to be scrubbing at the names and symbols on his body.
Yeah. So between the time of Noir and Tiffany leaving and them coming back, Molly's gonna have some alone time. So she's gonna just keep laying on the bed for a while, and then she's going to get out her phone, and she's actually going to call Dr. Pearl.
Okay. It'll ring a few times, and she will pick up and say, Dr. Alicia Pearl speaking.
Hi, Dr. Pearl. It's Molly.
Oh, Molly. What a surprise. To what do I owe this call?
I'm not calling at a bad time, am I?
She says, no. She says, I'm just sitting at home watching a movie, about to watch a movie. Something that my brother Steven actually recommended I take a look at.
Oh yeah? What kind of movie?
She says, I think it's one of those really deep, thriller-like movies. I think it's about this guy who keeps forgetting things. He has short-term memory.
Well, it sounds right up Chase's alley.
Chase? She asks.
Oh, just a friend of mine. I think I mentioned him. Someone from the orphanage.
Oh. You've reunited with an old friend? Your old friend Chase from the orphanage?
Yes, I have, and
the only person that you mentioned from the orphanage was a boy named Ian.
Yeah, Chase is Ian, but he actually wanted me to call him Chase, because it's kind of symbolic for him. He's chasing after the truth, things like that.
Wow. Well, that's wonderful that you guys were able to reconnect. How did you find him?
Well, mostly from the explosion that I was in. He was running into the building and saving people, and one thing led to another, and yeah, I ended up reconnecting with him.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. There's nothing like reuniting with an old friend, especially one who seemed to have such a really positive impact to your past.
Yeah, I like to think that he's one of the only people in my life who actually kept me going when it was hardest.
Well, that's a very comforting thing to hear.
Molly will be quiet for a second, and then she'll say, Dr. Pearl, I had a really hard day today.
Oh no. What happened? You hear her sit up a little bit. Tell me all about it.
Well, long story short, I'm actually in Castilia City right now, doing some stuff with the lieutenant. We came upon a crime scene and there was lots of blood. And you remember my thing about blood, right?
Oh my goodness. Molly, I had no idea that you were running around doing that. That must have been horrific for you.
It really was. I kind of freaked out in front of everyone, and I couldn't continue.
I would think not. Remember your breathing exercises. Did you remember your breathing exercises?
Yeah, I've been trying to do them. I just breathe in, hold for 3 seconds, and breathe out, right?
Yes. I think that helps a lot, especially when you're in the middle of a traumatic experience. Just remember to breathe. That's very important. Get some oxygen into your brain. Helps a lot.
Yeah. But it's made me the aftermath of all of that, it's really made me think about some things. During this trip, Chase, or Ian, I should say, he actually was able to find a lot of answers about his past. And he says he's gonna try to start with a clean slate.
That sounds like a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, and I'm happy for him, but be honest with me, Dr. Pearl. Do you think it's really possible for someone like me, who freaks out at the sight of blood, who has a lot of emotional baggage, do you really think it's possible for someone like me to really move forward?
Oh, Molly.
Because I've been trying. I really have been trying, but sometimes I feel like the past just won't let me go.
Oh, Molly, I know you very well. And I think someone like you especially, can do anything that she wants to do and can accomplish whatever she wants to accomplish. You definitely have the drive for it, even though you may not necessarily believe that yourself from time to time. But I feel that you're the kind of person that if you truly want something, if there's something that's very important to you, that you would go after it and you wouldn't stop until you acquire whatever it is that is really that important to you.
Leave it up to Dr. Pearl to say just the right thing. You know, part of me, well, a lot of me, actually, is really scared about how I feel about Dr. Pearl. You know, Dr. Pearl, sometimes I don't believe in myself, but it's comforting to know that someone like you does believe in me.
You hear her smile a little bit. Well, of course, Molly. Like I said, you and I have talked a lot, and you've opened up and confided me in a lot of things, and I feel that over time, I've really gotten to know you, and I think that that someone like yourself, who has had struggles in her past like we all have, I think that those are the kind of things that help shape us to be who you are for the better in the long run.
Molly she'll smile at that, and she'll rub her head and she'll say, Dr. Pearl, so would you like to grab coffee with me when I get back to Kanto?
Coffee? Oh, I actually do like a nice warm cup of coffee, especially the she sort of chuckles a little bit. Don't laugh, but I particularly like the whatever the out of character, whatever the equivalent of Irish coffee is. And Irish coffee is spiked, so whatever that equivalent is. She says, it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. Don't tell Steven. Oh, not that you would know. Sure, she says, that sounds like fun.
Well, I know of some places. Maybe I'll let you know later where we decide to go.
Sounds like fun.
Thanks for listening to me, Doctor. You've always listened to me, and I appreciate that.
Oh, Molly, she says, if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to call. I'll always be there to listen, to lend you an ear, or give you whatever support you need.
All right. Well, thanks. Thanks again. I'm trying. It gets hard sometimes,
I know. I'm sure it is. But you and I, we'll get through it together, all right?
All right, thanks. Well, don't let me interrupt your movie.
All right. Well, she'll chuckle a little bit and say, "Well, you have a good night, Molly. Have some sweet dreams, okay?"
You too. Good night.
Good night. And she'll hang up.
She'll hang up.
I'm trying not to get my hopes too high. I really am. I mean, I don't know what Dr. Pearl would see in me. If nothing else, I hope we can have a nice coffee together as friends. If something more than that comes of it, then, well, we'll just see. Note to self: talk to Noir and see if she makes Irish coffees.
Roma, you'll have, I'm assuming you'll be in a bit of a high after that, or at least some sort of a cloud 9. All right, add another +1. Add another +1 bonus to all of your rolls.
Nice.
All right. Cassie, you're going to get to the counter, and the kid's going to be there. The pimply-faced kid with the cracking voice is going to be there and say, yes, can I help you with your ice cream order? What would you like?
One vanilla cone, please.
Would you like the salted version, the original version, or the Talos version?
It's a good question. Would you recommend any personally?
He says, I personally enjoy the Talos version. At least that's what my old girlfriend used to like.
Oh, perfect. I'll take that one then.
He will give you the ice cream, and he'll say, by the way, you look familiar. Do you go to school here too? At the university?
No. Sorry. You must have me confused with someone else. I'm actually just visiting from another region.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of you tourists here these days, it seems.
Oh, well, I just came with a few people myself, but as big a place as this is, yeah, I'm not surprised.
He will give you a crooked smile as he rings you up for the regular 200 apiece, Pokebucks apiece.
Well, she's good with that. And then if there's nothing else, yeah, she'll just offer her thanks and be on her way. Yeah,
Okay, you could have flirted. Come on. Roll those guiles.
It's not her game.
Cassie be like, yeah, I go to Delta. Somehow I don't think Cassie's that kind of girl.
No, she'll get her ice cream and leave. She's fine.
You'll come back just in time for Chase to finish up his amazing shower, which I think he probably savored and probably made it a longer shower than the average person would take a shower in. Rightfully so. But Kyle will be ready to go out in his civilian clothing for dinner.
Mm-hmm. Before Kyle goes downstairs, though, Chase does need some clothes. So Chase will ask Kyle. He'll come out of the bathroom and say, dude, you got an extra set of clothes.
Kyle sighs a little bit and says, sure. He says, I have some, although I feel like they might be a little tight.
I am sort of bigger than you, huh? The years have, I guess, being homeless sort of worked out in my favor.
Kyle says, well, Chase, to be fair, it's not all about how many muscles you have, it's how you use the ones you've got.
And then he looks down to his health tile. He's like, well, good thing I'm packing.
I feel like the rest of us are going to go to dinner while they're still in the room.
I think whoever was checking us on customs might have missed some of that you were packing with you.
Silent but deadly, yes.
You should be carrying a license for that, you know.
Oh my god.
I think at that point you both start to break out laughing.
Yeah,
probably. And which is funny because I don't think you've ever seen Kyle laugh really like that before. He's actually grinning and laughing. It's actually pretty cool seeing him in civilian clothing and actually acting like a normal human being and not like in cop mode at the moment. So,
well, I won't tell anyone you laughed. Now, do you got some clothes? Seriously, it's gonna be kind of cold out there if I go out with a towel.
He says, "Yeah, here." He'll give you some of the extra clothes that he packed, and the pants are a little tight, but it's fine.
No parkouring is what you're saying.
Probably, yeah. It'll probably rip if you do a little bit of parkouring. So just be careful. Tight pants looks nice on you, Chase. Tight pants look a lot nicer on you than they do on Kyle. So
debatable.
Yeah, you've got some tight jeans on, and then the shirt that he has though is good. The short is actually form fitting for you that you can wear. It's like a nice gray, like solid gray shirt.
I'll pay you back if I damage them or something. I'll take care of this, man.
Okay. All right. The gentleman will step into the lobby. And where do you guys go? Kyle right now is in I'm going to say that he's wearing a pair of Dockers, some nice brown shoes, and like a buttoned up checkered shirt. I'll say like light red and white checkered shirt.
Yeah, in between time of them getting back and going down to dinner, Tiffany would have changed.
What is she wearing?
A nice gray cashmere dress.
Nice.
I have not been able to wear this since I got you. It feels so great.
You look good in it.
Thank you. I totally miss my cuddle puddle, but yeah, there's a lot of my closet I haven't been able to visit. What about you? What should you wear? I'm assuming they're in their room right now, actually.
Yeah. Well, I got this from op shop in Hellas. Can't believe people throw this stuff away. Like, gosh. It's like a little light blue skirt type thing. It's like the triangle-ish, like very dressy, and goes up to like just underneath her chest. And then she wears a white jumper thing, like covers her arms and like neck and stuff, because she's still got like bruises and stuff from the attack the other day. So it's like,
yeah, seeing the bruises flinches at that.
Yeah, and it's probably like some claw scars. And it's like, not wearing low-cut shorts again.
No, not for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry. That should not have happened.
Although people say that people dig scars, so.
Well, if anyone's cute enough to start a trend with it, I think you could do it.
Okay, let's go. Oh,
Yes.
wait, I need to choose.
Yes, yes, you do.
Sushi night. It's gonna be good. We're gonna relax. It's gonna be fun. Going to like a nice hole-in-the-wall place. It's gonna be great. Picked it out. Good food. Reviews are good. Like, what could awesome. And Tiffany looks gorgeous in that cashmere dress. She has to wear it more often. Like, that thing is amazing on her. And then Kyle came out. He's like, could be dressed better, but like, boy, he could pull it off. And Chase, he is wearing different clothes. It's a miracle. Like, I didn't think he could do that. Like, but he could. He can. Yeah. And Molly looks happier. Talking to Cassie must have helped. This is going to be a nice relief after a long, long day. I'm really looking forward to it.
You guys will make your way to the Chinatown-like area, and you'll go to this hole-in-the-wall place. There'll be some people taking your orders. You know, Kyle is going to get himself whatever the version of Unagi is. I think there is an eel Pokemon. So...
and is it just fair to say that Molly got/ate her ice cream on the way? Just so Cassie doesn't have to keep holding it.
Well, I could have went into the freezer with the other ice creams.
I figured they ran into each other in the lobby. I mean, if she wants to save it for afterward, by all means.
And it's amazing, Molly. The ice cream is ridiculously amazing. So you guys will go over your food. Is there anything happening over dinner that I need to know about while you're enjoying your sushi?
Molly's packing it in, as always.
I mean, no one here's vegan, right?
Nope.
Even though I'm sure they'd have options for that.
Everyone roll a spot check or perception, please.
Okay. Have you been playing another
3.
system recently?
All ones. I crit failed.
All right, you're not paying
Kyle's
attention
just
at
really
all.
pretty.
Yes. She's studying his every movement as he takes the sushi into his mouth and starts chewing and swallowing. Roma.
Noir's doing the same.
Well, you don't know who she's checking out.
Well, Chase is in a very tight shirt and pants, so just saying.
Chase is in a very tight shirt and pants, yes. Yeah, it is funny that Kyle looks good in his clothes, but Chase does look better in his clothes because of the tighter fit. So, alright. So 2 things. 1, Cassie, on the corner, like the back corner, there's going to be 2 people eating at a table. And to your surprise, one of the gentlemen that is eating at the table is the gentleman that you saw at the beach earlier that evening.
Okay.
He has his back to you, though, but you can clearly tell that it's the same individual. The other person that, Noir, that you see eating opposite of the man is a person that looks like this. It's a person who looks like that.
We were having a nice sushi night.
Wait, I see that one too? Or was that what Molly saw?
You'll see him, but I don't think you'll recognize him. Noir would be the only person who will recognize this man.
But she got a 3.
I didn't notice it.
Oh, you got a 3? Sorry, I was looking at the 19.
There is no 19.
That was for the guile. Sorry.
Oh.
Alright. Well, he's in the room. maybe.
I'm happy.
Well,
But you
Molly
don't know
was
about-
16
you don't know that
notices
he's
this
in the room.
doctor guy.
Well, yeah, go ahead and say what Molly notices first.
We'll say with 16, Molly will see the 2 of them, but I don't think he'll recognize. Well, no, Molly, you'll notice Sylvain. You'll know who Sylvain is, but you don't know who the guy next to him. And the doctor guy next to him isn't wearing his lab coat. He's wearing like just casual clothing.
Yeah, so Molly's been packing it in, stuffing her face, and then when she sees Sylvain, she stops and a piece of sushi just kind of drops back out of her mouth.
I know nothing about Sylvain Thoreau. All I know is what Madison told me when I first got Bullet. I haven't seen the guy since then, and I had no desire to see him. And yet, surprise, surprise, here he is. Nothing should really surprise me anymore, I think.
She just
stares. How far are we from them? Like, could we talk without them hearing, supposedly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if Cassie would have noticed Molly's reaction, but, upon seeing him, she'll tense and kind of, like, shrink down a little, just... Oh, shit.
What's wrong with you? Okay.
And she'll nod toward the table and be like, see that guy? I totally ran into him on the beach.
Good run-in or bad run-in?
Nothing happened, but I got some bad vibes.
Knowing that guy, it's probably definitely a bad run-in.
What are you guys talking about?
Takes out compact, scoots over Chase. That guy over there. Angles mirror so we can see.
Chase puts down his chopsticks.
Sylvain Thoreau, the wild bull. Roman free again. We're talking about a guy here who got himself out of multiple domestic abuse charges, and he was a drug trafficker, and the Jennies couldn't seem to nail him in either one. I mean, I saw him doing a drug deal once, and I never got myself involved. I mean, it was way too risky. I knew how to run away from things, but confronting things, that was a whole different story. I just knew how to stay quiet, stay hidden, and survive. But then one night, I saw the way he treated Felicity in front of the diner, the way he talked to her. And she's a strong woman, but she flinched a couple times, and I heard her say that she was going to call the Jennies on him again. The idea of again? And then she said she'd do it because of her 2 daughters, to protect them. As soon as I heard that, I had to do something. I knew I had to do something. So I followed around Sylvain for a few weeks, and I knew that there was going to be a major drug deal. And I don't know what came over me one day, but I stole a purse in front of 2 Jennies. And I ran. Man, did I run. And those Jennies, they chased the hell out of me across the city. And eventually I could hear them calling in for backup. They were calling cruisers. And I only thought to myself, oh, that is perfect. And as soon as I heard the sirens, I saw the warehouse that the deal was going to go down in, and I ran right through it. And for sure, I threw everyone off. I mean, it was supposed to be a secret deal. And here was a weird kid running through with a purse in his hands, and sirens blaring behind him. I mean, how convenient, huh? So when the cops showed up, there were a few shots fired, and I got lucky. I got super lucky. I just hid. I mean, I just wanted to see it go down the way it had to go down. And so when they finally busted the drug deal and took in Thoreau, I gave myself up, and I served 3 months at a detention facility, and eventually it came to be known to the Jennies that the purse I stole was from this actor buddy of mine. It was a prank. It was just a prank. It's just a prank that went too far. And the Jennies didn't believe that it was just a prank, and they asked me if I had something to do with intentionally endangering myself to bust that deal. And of course I said no. I had nothing to do with it. I claimed ignorance, and I went about my day. Man, Lux was pissed. But I mean, it was for Lux's own good. I mean, I couldn't have gotten Lux involved in any of this. I knew I was going in, and I knew that he'd be endangered. But I got Bull behind the goddamn bars. Not for long enough. But I did it. And I would do it again. Or worse.
So, yeah, sushi night. Yeah, that didn't pan out very well. No. Yeah. Had an unexpected problem. Yeah. It was an issue. Dr. Peralt showed up. Yeah. Just before Chase goes running off, just going to say that as soon as Nora looks at the table, she just goes ashen. All color drains and she stops wherever she's
Nora,
just
sweetie.
staring straight. You can you can't see the table and everything in the room start to shake.
Grabs Nora's hand, sweetie. Focus. Calm.
Staring at the guy.
Does that mean everything is starting to glow for Cassie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Everything.
Yeah. Chase stabs his mouth with his napkin and stands up.
I thought you said stabs.
So did I.
It stabbed you.
That's a sharp napkin.
Well, paper cuts.
All eyes in the restaurant are starting to look towards your table because of the sudden shaking of the table with Noir.
Yeah.
Noir, sweetie, do you need to go outside?
She's not responding. She's just staring at the person that the other person's talking to, and you can her telepathy kind of starts leaking out, and you can kind of hear thoughts.
What are her thoughts?
Can they be memories?
Sure, they can.
You just seeing memories of this Dr. Peralt guy standing over and going, "You'll be my perfect scalpel, create my perfect world, beautiful world," and being super creepy, super creepy doctor dude.
Okay, murderous glare toward doctor guy, grabs a glass of water, throws into Noir's face, trying to break trance. We're going outside now.
Chase
Molly's
table.
watching this and
I know.
I swear, can't we just go to a restaurant and have dinner without something huge happening? I mean, sometimes I feel like the gods are toying with us. I really do. We just can never get a break.
Chase.
Yeah.
He looks at the group first, and he can see that pretty much everyone's in distress here, and he thinks back to the orphanage and and the fact that he doesn't want to be irrational. He really doesn't, and he actually goes straight down for the bottom of his shirt. He's looking for a zipper, and he gets confused for a second. He doesn't know how to zip up, and so he just says, "Excuse me," and he walks over casually to the table.
Kyle is definitely gonna watch Chase do this suspiciously, and he does not seem to be comfortable with this. But Chase, you're gonna make your way over to the table.
Cassie is also focused on said table.
Tiffany is focused on Noir. She wants to get her out of there in case this goes really bad.
as is Molly.
The people at the restaurant are still sort of looking in your direction, kind of watching what's happening. Some of the waitresses and waiters are trying to continue on with their business, but it's a little bit difficult since some stuff is happening at the restaurant right now, and we don't know what's about to happen. So, Chase, you go up to the table, and Sylv has his mouth full. He's got some katsudan, and the Dr. Peralt has a bento box of some sort with maybe some shirashi, a bento box of shirashi or something along those lines. And when Chase comes up to the table, do you say anything? Because I don't know if they're gonna notice you right away.
He goes up and he just pulls back a chair, and then he sits down, and he stares at Sylvain.
Sylvain notices you. He has a little bit of a slight surprise look on his face when he sees you eye to eyes. And then, but he finishes swallowing his katsudan, kicks the back of his arm and wipes it off, and says, Well, well. Didn't think I'd be seeing the likes of you here in Castilia City of all places.
What are you doing free?
Just skipping the pleasantries, I see. Can a man enjoy his dinner in peace?
That's why I let you swallow.
He grins a little bit. And he says, I don't think it's any of your business why I'm free.
Chase will look at the other guy. Doesn't know who he is.
He looks at the other guy, and the other guy, Dr. Peralt, is kind of studying the situation. He doesn't say anything right away, but he will say in a very soft but creepy voice. It's soft and I don't know. It's a little bit off-putting the way he speaks. I don't think I can do it justice. But he will say, Sylvain, old friend of yours. And Sylvain says, you could say that. Allow me to be a little bit more polite. I'll be the bigger man. Dr. Peralt, this is Chase. Chase, Dr. Peralt. And Dr. Peralt says, a pleasure to meet an old friend. By all means, please, come and dine with us. Would you like some sake? He says as he offers to pour you a glass.
Chase takes his glass and drinks it.
And with that, the doctor kind of shrugs, and then he pours himself a little bit more sake, and he places it down, and he takes a sip. And at this point, he basically says, like I said, it's none of your business why I'm here. Just like I can imagine someone like you, it'd be really odd for you to make your way all the way out here to Castilia City, given the situation you were at before. Not that I'm asking.
Chase will look at the doctor, and he'll say, he's almost ignoring Sylvain for a second, and he's like, if you're with him, then you're not a good man. Just want you.
I beg your pardon?
Answer in very few words. Did you have anything to do with freeing him?
The doctor smiles a little bit, and he says, all the questions. Why can't we just have a lovely evening tonight at this fine establishment? Why can't we just all be friends?
Chase will remember the memory that Noir was putting out with the scalpel across the neck. And he starts looking down at the table for a knife. And then he puts his hand on it and looks back at the doctor's neck.
It never crossed my mind whether I could kill a person, but at that moment, with the right motivations, I came to realize that I'm capable of it.
Okay. It'll be at that point that Kyle is going to stand up and kind of walk. He's going to start walking towards the table.
Isn't it a sushi place?
It is a sushi place. I don't know if they would necessarily...
Sometimes they give you like that. They do here anyways. They'll give the utensils wrapped up in
we'll say that there's a knife. I don't think it's going to be like as sharp as like a a kitchen knife. But I mean, the knife that you would get in any restaurant, I guess.
Like a butter knife.
And so you know, Kyle will have got the memory as well. Like it was pretty much random who got it.
You have a few seconds before. Not that you would know that he's coming your way, Chase, but does anything happen within the few seconds before Kyle reaches the table? Once you grab the knife, because that's pretty much when he's standing up and going towards you.
No, he's seeing if the doctor will react or if but he's staring at him in the eye, like he's not flinching.
Roll and intimidate, please.
Wow, that's really low, all considering.
Ouch, yeah.
Okay.
He does have +2 also.
Yeah.
You do have +2, by the way.
All right.
17 is actually pretty big. So the doctor does flinch a little bit. and he'll say, I may have pulled a few strings here and there, but I assure you, everything was completely legitimate. This man served his time, and he was granted a second chance. Don't we all?
Just lets go of the knife. And he looks back at Sylvain. I'll respect the fact that you served your time. And I would rather you stay in this city, if that's your plan. Don't come back. They can have you.
It'll be at this point that Lieutenant will walk up to the table, and he'll place a hand on Chase's shoulder, and he'll say, "Gentlemen, our apologies. Everything all right here?" Lieutenant Jenny asks the table in general.